guys, Dave Schmitz, ResistanceBandTraining.com. You know, broad jumps are a perfect example of how you can use bands to decelerate ground reaction forces. Yeah, I know that sounds a little bit weird, but what I want you to do is understand this. The ground is what beats us up. It's what pounds on our joints. It's what makes our joints have to really take a hit. If we can take away some of those forces by decelerating how fast we're coming into the ground, we subsequently decrease the joint trauma and forces that come in through our body when we're doing something like jumping. You know, let's take the broad jump for instance. I've got the band hooked behind me. Now again, notice it's a horizontal vector. All right. Now you could attach a band from the top and go ahead and do vertical jumps, and when you come into the ground, the band is going to slow you down during a vertical jump. I'm doing a broad jump, so what I want to do is I want to decelerate the horizontal momentum and the ground reaction forces, in this case more of a shear motion as much as a vertical motion when I go into the ground. Now the other thing that I want to use is I want to make sure that I use my arms to go ahead and help me with that deceleration. So I'm going to make sure that my arms are working in the same fashion as my hips and mimicking my lower body. Let me show you what I mean. Feet are parallel. Now we're going to jump out, we're going to explode. First place I got to get is I got to get here. I got to load my hips and I got to load my upper body as well so that when I explode out, everything's going forward. So I'm going to load here, explode out. Now, that's the other key right there. How do you land? You know, a lot of people when they land, they jump out like this. Now what happens is their arms are in front, their momentum is going forward, the band is pulling them back, but they cannot balance themselves. I always say that when I'm going to do broad jumps specifically, I want to make sure that I'm ready for the next jump if I want to do repeat broad jumps, which means that my arms have to be back into that loaded position that I started in. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the load position. That's where I want to land as well, so I'm ready to go. Load, explode, I'm ready to go right with another jump. That's the key to a broad jump. So when you're teaching the broad jump, make sure the arms are following the lower body and that they're mimicking what the lower body does. Now, you're ready to go. So if you want to take some joint trauma off your athletes, or more importantly, take some joint trauma off your clients. So now some of your clients that want to jump, but you're a little bit concerned that their joints won't be able to handle it, guys, assisted band broad jumps or accelerated broad jumps, where we're focusing primarily on the acceleration component, are is a great exercise to consider bringing in to your program. It'll do a lot to develop hip acceleration, but it won't pound your joints up while you're doing it.